both you guys bought houses that were somewhat renovated or fully renovated to different levels. What was your experience? What do you think about that? Would you do that again? Would you go ahead and buy something like that? Just curious. Yeah.
Depends on the price point, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for my situation, it was perfect because, like you said earlier, I mean, I stretched that FHA loan as far as it could possibly go.
That's why I think it's the right decision in both your cases. When you want to put as little money down as possible, you buy something that's got, it's been done.
Yeah.
So,
and
for sure.
The nice thing is you, as a first-time homeowner, you get to, if you're not a handy person or you weren't in the past, like you get to start with small projects and do them yourself and then figure out, what your appetite is for DIY. And then in the future, like I think I would love to buy a house in the future that needs a little more work. And then I would see what I'm really capable of in a home, but for my situation, like you said, it was not having to spend a ton of money on reno was ideal. The only downside to it though, is in a market where, and I mean, the market's still like this and it's always been like this, but a market where flippers are everywhere and, they want to maximize their income, they're not going to put luxury appliances and furnishings in your home, you know? So the case with my place that I bought, it was definitely flipped. We've even talked to the neighbors and they told us, my neighbor's cousin used to live in my unit like 10 years ago. And she came in when we first bought it. She was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it looks like this. And I was like, don't tell me what it used to look like.
Yeah. There was a term that we used a lot in the process, lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, right? I wrote that in my notes.
Did you?
I said it's very easy to put lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
And that's what our house is. And I mean, it's not a problem as a
as long as you know what you're buying, right?
Exactly.
As long as you get it.
And you have a goal with it, know, it's fine.
Yep.
So what if the cupboards are cheap? I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the lesson that I want to drill home to everyone. It's like, understand what you're buying. A lot of buyers that I work with, even people who have bought many homes, they don't always get that. They don't always get that they're buying something that has been renovated with maybe less than perfect materials or maybe less than perfect skill sets, right? So like that's important because you want to know at least what you're walking into and you want to make that decision understanding everything that is going on, right? And so that's my opinion about this stuff. But here's my opinion generally about the question I asked you. If you asked me that question, I'd say if you're going, FHA 3.5% down, conventional 5 or 3.5% down, I mean, buying something that's pretty renovated already is awesome. And you're going to do this house hack thing. I can't do that now because I own my own property already and I own a bunch of investment properties. So I have to put 25 to 35% down when I'm buying these multifamily buildings or single family homes or whatever. So I don't have that luxury. So my strategy is a little different in most cases. My strategy is buy something that needs the business. And I have done this so much that I have this skill set. So I buy something that hopefully is as cheap as I possibly can get it and has good bones and ready to go, and I'll do the work and then reestablish the rents and get everything kind of situated. And then maybe I go back to the bank and I get more of my money back out later, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, however long it takes to get that value to where I want it to be. And then I have the cash back. And then I have very little money in it. Mm-hmm. But that's not always easily done. It's hard to find those types of deals, and you need a lot of cash to do it, and you need to have staying power. You need to be able to have a bunch of cash in that deal for a period of time, right? So as a house hack and what you guys did, I think this is the move. So
definitely.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like you spent a bit of money after closing. I mean, some of those things you did for yourself, but the house wasn't. It looked turnkey, but it wasn't entirely turnkey.
Yeah.
Right.
There was two terms that we said a lot throughout our hunting process. Was one, the lipstick on a pig, but then also random people doing random things, right, to houses.
That's what I say all the time.
And you saw it a lot when you see so many different houses and just like the random rooms, for example, right? Like is that a room or is that not a room? Yeah. But it was fine, like, because like I said, like there was only a small amount that I needed to invest that were required repairs, like the roof. I needed to do that in order to get my renewal on insurance every year, right? So that got done. The leak I had to do, and those were, and then the windows. Those were like the three requirements that I had to do. Everything else was, I'm going to do this because I know it's going to either improve the longevity and the value of the house over time, or it's going to create a better experience for guests when I do rent it out in whatever aspect.